Hey there guys, this is Reckles with WTBGold, and the new auction house is live. Woo! It's been out for a week and I really hope you're enjoying it. For the casual player, not having stacks has actually gone over really well. So props to Blizz for making it so intuitive to use. For gold makers, the transmog filter of uncollected appearances has actually been better than we would have hoped for. I've heard from several sellers that they've had people just go through their entire list of thousands of items and just buy everything under a certain point. So this is cool. It makes the junk items that you get from like Zul'Farrak and Uldaman actually worth posting. Now, that's not to say everything's been perfect. The new auction house was super slow right off the bat, but that's probably just because everyone was logging in all at once. Trade Skill Master was initially super slow at first as well, but like all add-ons are buggy pieces of messes on patch launch. I'm actually really impressed by all the add-on developers for how relatively smoothly this particular patch went. So good job to all you add-on guys out there. Now, one thing I'm actually surprised with is we haven't seen that initial spike in prices that I was expecting due to LIFO. And so I'm super happy to be wrong there, but let's send it over to Senza, who did some day one testing. Here's a clip from her stream.
I'm highlighting this price. This is where I've got some posted. I have the little green check mark. They'll post another 3 at 95. I'm gonna do these for 12 hours. Great auction. I should be the cheapest one on the auction house. So let's go back to default auction house here. I'm gonna highlight the cheapest one here, and I'm gonna hit buy out, and let's see who's bought. I bought the other person's first again. This is definitely not working as last in first out. I've now bought 4 copper rods for 95 gold off of this person. They're gonna love me.
So this is either a day one bug or Blizzard listened to the thousands of angry comments asking for LIFO to be reverted to FIFO. I decided to test this on myself just to be sure. I posted Storm Silver Ore on one account and matched the price that was currently up. Then on a second account, I purchased 10 of them. If it was LIFO, I would have gotten the sale on my first account, and if it was FIFO, whoever had posted it previously would have. My first account got the sale. So this test of 5 days later is actually opposite of Senza's results. I tried it with an oversized bobber, got the same results. So it looks like either Senza experienced a day one bug or Blizzard reverted LIFO and then reverted their reversion, and then my head exploded. Either way, as of the making of this video, the new auction house is last in, first out. But away from the high level stuff and onto like individual specifics, things that affected day-to-day players, when the patch launched, if you had any commodities posted, they were all canceled and sent to your mailbox for you to repost. So a blank slate for all the stackable items, but the non-stackable stuff stayed up on the auction house. In fact, Blizzard made sure it stayed up on the auction house by introducing 5% cancellation fee. Now, this is just temporary, it's gone now, but Blizzard only gave you a confirmation notice if the fee was over 1,000 gold. So, like, some of the people who had 20 million gold worth of mid and low tier transmog may have accidentally spent 1 million gold just to do one cancel scan. The biggest issue, though, has been the mailbox. According to the January 17th patch notes, Blizzard has fixed a bug that caused some mail from the auction house to exclude expected attached gold. This is, okay, let me put this another way. When you sell shit, you don't get the gold for it. Like, you can put something up on the auction house and someone can buy it, but you don't get paid. You just no longer have the item. Like, the auction house has 2 mandatory things where the buyers give gold and get items, and sellers give items and get gold, and there's a bug that just means that doesn't happen. So it's like if Pizza Hut tweeted out that, like, we've noticed a procedural problem in our stores where when you order a pizza, we just don't make it. Like, That's fixed, though. I don't know. Apparently, Katie's stamp whistle just failed 2 of her horrific visions and got really sad about it and needed to take a break. The important thing, though, is that they're making an effort to improve things. Like, they are listening to our feedback and incorporating and implementing those that they deem important. So this is good. For the first time, we have gold making information in the hotfixes forum post. We haven't had that. The only other time that has happened, despite there being hundreds of nerfs, is the 20% auction house cut that was implemented, which went over super well and totally didn't ruin a whole bunch of markets. And fun fact, before that, the next most recent one was a Q&A with Paul Cubitt before Legion came out, talking about what Blood of Sargeras is and how to get it. So like, every week, nerfs go out to both new and old content farms, but because Blizzard doesn't communicate why they're doing these things, we have to like make up scenarios for why they would do this. And like we know, I think we know in our heart, there's no like fun police, but that's the only answer we can have without some communication. So I'm really excited that Blizzard is starting to communicate gold making stuff. I really hope that continues moving forward. Okay, and finally, to answer one of the questions I've been getting a lot, with the new changes to the auction house, do I still need auctioning add-ons like Auctionator, Auctioneer, or Trade Skill Master? In my personal posting, yes, absolutely. Like, just because we don't have stack sizes anymore doesn't mean that, like, if I go to post an item, I need to know if it's worth 100 gold or 10,000 gold. Like the new auction house doesn't give you that information. It doesn't give you historical pricing data. And then when you're posting 50, 500, 5,000 items a day, you still need an add-on that speeds up that process. But rather than me talking about that, I decided to email the add-on developers themselves and find out what they think the differences are, what the value of the add-ons is in the new environment. And some of them were nice enough to actually reply, even though they're very busy right now. Now, the Auctioneer developer is named Norgs, and he says the current interface still has no way to automatically price your items or to batch post things that you regularly want to post. I think there's still a lot of room for smart logic to be used in the interface, but you're right that the new interface is a lot better in many ways, and a lot of the things Auctioneer used to do won't be necessary anymore. One of the biggest things that Auctioneer will do is scan the entire auction house and maintain a localized and customizable set of auction statistics for you, including your personal sales. The new changes mean we will be able to do this better than we ever have before. So yeah, the new auction house is good, but it doesn't batch post. It doesn't just post everything in your bags. You have to go one by one. And its automatic pricing isn't representative of the true economic value or even your historical posting price. Gumdrops, the community liaison for Trade Skill Master, said this: TSM isn't just posting auctions. It's an entire suite to track and scale your auction house and crafting activities. Understanding the wider context of the market on your server is important to understand when and why to post those auctions. So Trade Skill Master isn't just a reskin of the auction house or even just an auction house replacement. You program it to automate your specific gold making decisions at each point of the gold making pipeline. So just because the auction house got a revamp doesn't mean that when you go to craft something, you are suddenly going to want to look through 700 individual items and say, like, is this profitable enough? Is this? You still are asking yourself, who do I mail these materials to? How many materials do I keep on each character? When is an item too cheap to undercut? Those are the decisions that TSM deals with. Those are operations, and you're still making those decisions. You're just not posting in stacks anymore. That's it. And then Borge, the project lead for Auctionator, says, I think Auctionator continues to be relevant for all the same functionality that it always has that the AH doesn't. Price tracking, tooltip info outside of the AH, undercutting, and shopping lists. The AH still fundamentally works the same, it's just faster and has favorites, which people have compared to shopping lists in Auctionator, except without the ability to organize. He also adds, I imagine if you ask this question in general, you'll get a lot more info from users. And you know what? That's a great idea, Boars. So we're going to do that. We're going to throw this over to y'all. Let me know down in the comments why you think auction house add-ons are still useful in this new paradigm of the 8.3 revamped auction house. Why, if a guildie came up to you and said, should I still use Auctioneer, Auctionator, or Trade Skill Master, what would you tell them? That's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a whole bunch of fun. Did I miss anything? Is there anything fun and exciting that you may have lost gold or made gold on? How are you doing with that? Let me know. Also, I haven't seen anyone talking about favoriting, which I think is a really cool new feature of the new auction house that just has kind of flown under the radar, but I think will be core to making new players have an enjoyable experience. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video. I'm streaming on Twitch, so go follow me over there. Otherwise, have a great day. Good luck and happy gold making.